What's up guys, LayedBackGaming here bringing you the first episode of my Halo 4 tutorial series, and this is for Racetracks. It was very successful back in Halo Reach, and a lot of people actually commented and said it really helped them a lot and they learned a lot from these little tutorials that I did. So I'm bringing them to Halo 4, and I figure I'll try to see how much they help you guys in making racetracks. It's all about making racetracks, obviously. So if you don't make racetracks, then you don't have to watch this at all. But this first episode will be about hills. Now, first thing that I'm going to go ahead and say is that this is going to be a very long video. They were very long back in Halo Reach, and they're going to be very long now. I'm not going to fast forward through anything. I'm just going to make everything and not fast forward through anything. So if you don't want to watch the entire video, obviously you don't have to watch the entire video, but I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that it will be a very long video. But we'll go ahead and start it off. Obviously, if you don't know the basics, if you hold down the right trigger and stuff, if you hold down the right trigger, then you can move the block left to right with your right trigger, and you can move it up and down with your right trigger as well. So that's pretty basic. And then you can kind of zoom in and out. If you push in on if you're still holding on the right trigger and you push in on the left analog stick, you'll go in. If you push out, you'll go out. So it's pretty basic. Now for hills, different pieces, a lot of people like different pieces. For me, whenever I make hills, I really like using block 2x4s. I just think they look really good when making hills. So we'll go ahead and start. Basically, I'm just going to kind of make a little straight area. Now the thing with me that a lot of people probably don't like is that I don't use magnets. A lot of people use magnets and think they're amazing, but I personally don't use them. Just because I think it kind of takes a little bit of the skill out of the forging, so I've just never really enjoyed it. So I'm just gonna put these two blocks, and then we'll start on the hill. Now, the thing about Halo 4 is that you can duplicate items. You can place an item, and then if you push down your D-pad, it'll make another object, which is really cool. I like that. Okay, so here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just quickly show you kind of like precision and stuff, because in Halo Reach you could push down on the left analog stick and click LB and RB, and it would make it go up and down slow. But that's sadly not the case with Halo 4, so sometimes you'll find yourself trying to, line an object up, and you go a little bit too high, and then you go a little bit too low, and then, So what you can do, and it's really annoying, but it's really kind of the only way right now, is you'll have to click the left bumper and A really fast, and if you do that, you see how it kind of just goes down. You kind of almost click them at the exact same time, and you'll see how it kind of goes down slow or whatever. But I just wanted to quickly show you that. I've already gone 2.5 minutes into this video. So we'll go ahead and start with the hill. Now what I always do is when I'm putting a piece down, I always line it up from the top first. That's just the way I do it. This is all kind of what I do. And then for a hill, I'm going to go to the side, and I'm going to push down on my my right analog stick, and then push to the right on my left analog stick, and you'll see it'll move the object like that. And for a hill, obviously you're trying to go up, so you'll see that it moves it up. And then I'm going to click the right bumper and A really quick to try to make it smooth and aligned with the other piece. And then for me, what I do is I check both sides to make sure that they're kind of even, because one side, like obviously this side is a little bit higher than this side, so I'll go over here and adjust that side just a tad, and then this side will obviously go up a little bit. So then I'll move it out just to try to get it to stay smooth and everything. That's just what I do. And I'm gonna go ahead and apologize now because I'm gonna say a lot, because this is not like a prepared commentary. This is all just on the spot. I'm doing this all on the spot. So also, if you don't like going to the side and moving it up, you can also obviously stay back here and then hold on your right trigger and then push down on your right analog stick, and it'll go up as well. And that's another thing I do. It just really depends. I kind of just do it randomly. I kind of alternate between the two. But the thing about when you're making a hill is you don't want to make it too steep, because if you make it really steep, like for example, say you make it like this steep right here, when you drive on it, obviously the mongoose is going to really hit hard, and it's just going to be really bumpy. So you don't want to make it too steep. But also, if you're you don't want to just barely move it up, because then it'll take a long time for it to actually go up in the air. So you can test it out. A lot of people are impatient and aren't going to want to test out a track or anything like that. But if you really want your track to be smooth and everything, then I definitely suggest placing a mongoose and just testing your whatever you're making, whether it be a turn or a hill or whatever, and just kind of placing a mongoose down and testing it out just to make sure it's smooth and it's not really bumpy. If you're going for a really smooth track, then obviously I really recommend having a mongoose on your track so that you can test it. And it is time consuming, and it does take up a lot of time, and you have to be really patient. But if you're really trying to make a really smooth map, then that's obviously what you want to do. Now, when you're checking the sides like this, just realize that when you adjust one side, like if I move this down, the other side's going to go up. Just remember that, because sometimes if you don't really think about that, you'll get annoyed and you'll keep going back and forth, left to right, like I kind of did just then. But I'm not going to really try to spend a ton of time. I'm going to try not to spend a ton of time, at least. I'm kind of like a perfectionist, but I'm going to try not to spend a ton of time trying to make this just a ridiculously smooth map, because I don't want to waste your time and make you just watch me forge or whatever. But you'll kind of see how it's starting to go up from where it is back there. And the good thing about, at least what I like about making a track go up, when you're making the turn, I guess the object go up, you can always make sure that the transition between these two are really smooth, because you can just see how it kind of, I guess, merges into the object. But when you're going down, then you have, whenever you're going down, just a quick example, you have the bottom of the piece that you have to worry about, that'll get sometimes will stick out right there, how it is right there. So sometimes you got that to worry about. So that's why I really like going up a lot, because it's just a lot easier to make the track smooth and make the objects look really good merged together, which I really like about that. Now, I don't want to make a really big hill, so I'll probably be putting 2 or 3 more pieces, and then I'll go ahead and make the hill. And again, this is what's great about Halo 4 and the duplication thing, because you can just push down on the D-pad and then you have an object exactly how it is. So all you have to do is just go over here and make it go up just a little bit, and then you can kind of adjust it how you want to adjust it, and then you can go and place it, which is really convenient because it really does make forging a lot faster. Another thing I do, which you don't really have to do with hills, but I will talk about this in future episodes, is you at least what I do is I'll go right here, and if one side's like that, then I'll adjust it to make sure that it's all even, and that way it kind of merges really well and keeps the track really smooth. That's something that you really have to worry more about when you're making a bank turn or anything like that than making a hill, because when you're making a hill, you're not really turning, you're just kind of going straight. You don't really have to worry about making mistakes like that or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of place a mongoose down just to kind of show you guys, or just kind of test this out. I mean, obviously it's not that much of a track made, but just to kind of show you guys what I have so far, and that it's fairly smooth. It's probably not the smoothest thing right now because I haven't really spent a lot of time making sure everything's spot on smooth, but I just want to put a mongoose on so I can kind of show you guys that it is a decently smooth hill. There's not too many bumps in it. Obviously, I am going up a little bit too fast. If you're if you're shooting for a really smooth hill, you can tell that's just a tad bit too high each block, I guess, because you'll see the wheels on the mongoose when it hits them kind of just bumping a little bit, and you can limit that. You can't completely erase it, but you can eliminate that by going up slower. Or if you want to really make a track go up super fast, what you can do is you can make one of the blocks go up really high, like say in between these two, and you can take another block, and then what you'll do is you put this block in the middle, where the two, sorry, I'm getting messed up, where the 2 blocks meet. You can take another block and put it right in between there, and that'll make the transition a little bit smoother, because it won't shoot up just as fast, because you'll have another block there that it's got to transition through. So it makes it a little bit smoother if you're trying to make a really steep hill, you're trying to make it go up fast. You can see how it'll affect it just a tad and make it a little bit more smoother. So I'll just kind of leave that there. But if you're shooting for trying to get a track that looks really good, then obviously you might not want to put that in there, because some people might think it looks just a little not as good as it should look or whatever. But this hill is I'm not going to make a big hill just because I don't want this video to be really long. So we'll go ahead and start putting this, making this hill go down. And what you'll want to do now is you're just going to kind of do the same thing. You'll duplicate the object or whatever, and then you can kind of just push up on the right analog stick a little bit, and it'll start going down. Now when you're going down, you want to try to keep the very edges is where you kind of want to meet it at. So you can just kind of move it right here, and you'll see what I do is there's those two little circles on the end of each of the objects. So I'll try to just kind of, that's what I'll use as my, I guess, little vantage point or something. I don't know. And then again, what I always do is I always check both sides just to make sure they're both even with the other piece, so it's not just a rough transition or anything like that. And you can kind of move out to see where it's kind of starting to go down a little bit, and we'll keep doing that again. Push this up a little bit, go out, and we'll go check the sides again, and you see it's a little bit low, so you can click the RB and A really fast. And again, it can get really annoying, especially if you're not that good at it, because I'm terrible at it for whatever reason. But what you can do is you can just kind of move this piece up, even with that piece, and then you'll go and check this side again, and you can see this side's a little bit low, so you want to move that up. And remember, it affects this side, so you'll see that this side's about the same space away from the other object as this side, so you can just move it back towards the object, and it'll even out a little bit. And then again, just to be sure, goodness, I'm messing up, guys, sorry. Just to be sure that it's really smooth, you'll check this side and you see that's even with that piece. You'll check this side, and that side looks good as well. So you'll place it, pick up your next object, and do the same thing. Now if you want, again, you can go from the side and move it down like that, or you can go on top and move it down from the side. It really is all preference. I kind of alternate between the two whenever I feel like doing another one. I guess it really doesn't matter. Sometimes with this, when you're moving it down from this side, you can accidentally turn the track, because if you don't go straight to the left to push it down, sometimes you'll kind of pull down, and you'll kind of turn it a little bit like I did earlier. And you'll see here, that you can already tell that it's a little bit uneven, because the right side will start to appear before the left side. So you can just go ahead and go on this side and adjust that just a little bit. And again, when you're turning, this is just another example of why you see the end of this piece that I'm holding kind of sticks out of the previous piece. So you want to make sure that you put it all the way to the edge of this piece. That way that you don't have to worry about it being really rough or anything like that. And again, you'll check both sides to make sure they're both lined up well, and that should be good. It looks fairly good. And again, guys, this isn't going to be the best hill in the world. I really kind of made that go down a little bit too fast, and that's another thing. When you're making a hill, you don't want it to go down too fast, because then you'll get a lot of air time. Like your mongoose will go up in the air, and sometimes that can cause you to flip or mess up. So that's the thing with hills. You don't want it to go up too fast, and you don't want it to start going down too fast. And the thing, you can, if you're trying to go up really fast, you can put blocks in between the blocks that you're going down from to limit it from being really rough or anything like that. But when you're going down, you can't really do that. So that's why I think it's more important to not go down really fast than it is, to stay away from going up really fast. Just my opinion. Also, guys, I just want to say, while I'm going and building this, sorry if the commentary is just really kind of boring and a lot of ums and all that stuff. It's just not a prepared commentary or anything like that. And then I also wanted to say that I have a lot of ideas for future tutorial series. So if you have any certain, I guess, tutorials that you would like me to do a video for, then just let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to make a video for whatever tutorial you want me to make a video on for Racetracks. Just remember that I'm not really a aesthetic person, so people have asked me before to make a tutorial for making a spaceship or something on their map to make their map look cool, and I can't really do that stuff, so I apologize for not being able to do that. But anything else you have that you want to know about the track itself, any tutorials like that, just leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to check out all the comments, and definitely would think about making a video for your I guess tutorial idea if I think that it's something that a lot of people will like. Now, the thing I do for most of my hills, at least, before I really start going down, I always kind of put a piece that's just completely straight. It's not like going down or going up. I always try to put a piece that's just kind of just straight and just a normal piece, just because I don't know exactly why. I just think it makes the hill look better instead of it just transitioning from kind of going up a little bit and then all of a sudden going down. So that's just, you don't have to do that, but that's just something that I've always done, just because I think it makes the hill look a little bit better and not as, you know, sloppy or whatever. Because sometimes if you have a piece that's, you know, slightly going up and then all of a sudden you have a piece that's going down, it can just look sloppy. But you'll see here's kind of the little mini hill, I guess I'll call it, because it's not really a big hill. But this technique, what I'm doing, you can make into a big hill if you want. It doesn't keep you from, you know, making a big hill or a small hill. I mean, you don't have to make a small hill, you can make a big hill. But you can see that it's a fairly smooth track. So far, it's obviously not the smoothest thing in the world. Normally, I would spend a lot more time making it smooth, but we need to go ahead and hurry up because I'm 15 minutes in, so I definitely am spending a while on this map, and I apologize for that. But all my Halo Reach videos were pretty long as well. They were about 20 minutes long, and people still watched them, so I was really happy that people really enjoyed them, and I guess I'm happy that they really helped people, because a lot of people still commenting today saying that, like, hey, this tutorial helped a lot. So I'm hoping this will help you guys just as much as it helped people in Halo Reach. I guess we'll see. You can let me know down in the comments. It'd be very appreciated to let me know down in the comments whether this video is helping you or not. Another thing, when you're making the hills, sometimes that I'll do is I'll get in front of the piece when I'm going down and then push down on the left analog stick to make the piece go down. It's all preference again. You don't have to do that. It doesn't matter, as long as you're making the piece go down, that it all works. So you don't have to get in front of the piece or, you know, do anything like that. It's all going to be the same no matter where you're at. And again, you don't want to come down too fast, because you could catch a lot of air time and get up, you know, kind of almost like a jump type thing. If you know, if there's a really big, for example, like if you go down like this, then, you know, you're not even gonna hit this piece. You're just gonna completely go over it. So make sure you don't go down too fast, otherwise, you know, that's gonna happen. And again, you know, if you get off centered like that, you're just gonna kind of come in front of it and just make sure they're both even, and you just kind of move them around until they get pretty even, and then you can go up a little bit, and then again, just check the sides again. It's just something I always do, and it just helps you know whether or not the map is, or the piece is gonna be rough or not. It's just kind of something I always do, and I think will help a lot of people. Obviously, you see that's just goes down just a little bit too fast, so you'll move it up just a tad, and then you can either move it up by clicking RB, or you can actually move the piece out, and it'll come up a little bit. And you see it's a little bit too low, and this is a little bit off, so you'll move that again, and then you'll click RB and A and kind of make it, there we go, that looks good. Another piece here, and we'll go down just a little bit more, and I'll probably put maybe 2 more pieces on, because I'm 18 minutes in, and I'm really sorry for making this video so long. But if you actually watch this video, the entire video, please let me know, because I'm curious how many people actually watch the entire video. Because if people aren't going to watch the entire video and aren't going to want to put up with me talking for 18 minutes, which, holy crap, I can't believe I've been talking for 18 minutes. But if people aren't going to want to put up with that and don't want me to do that, then I guess I could always speed up the video. I guess if that's going to help people. But I really think, just my personal opinion is, I think that for some people, maybe don't even like listening to me. I think just maybe just watching me, just sitting here and watching me forge it will even help them figure out how to forge it. Even if, you know, they don't even listen to my commentary, I think it's just helpful to watch somebody forge, like whether it be a hill or a bank turn or whatever. I think it's really helpful and can help them make that turn or whatever by doing that. And you see the hill here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, just because we're running out a little bit of time here, it's getting, you can go ahead and start transitioning back up. Now again, this is what I always do. Before I go back up with the hill, I'll put a piece that's just the same angle as the piece before, just because, again, I think it just looks a little bit less sloppy instead of having a piece that's going down and then all of a sudden going up. So I'll put a piece that's the same angle as this, and then I'll make another piece, and then again you can get over it and just kind of push down or push up on the right analog stick, and it'll come up. And again, this is another good thing about, you know, pieces going up. You don't have to really worry about it being rough because you can kind of merge it in there like that, and then all of a sudden it's smooth. So it's really nice. There's something really nice about merging pieces together when you're making an object go up. You don't really have to worry about it being rough or anything like that, which is really nice. So we'll go ahead and put maybe 2 more pieces on. This is going to be a 22 minute video or something like that. And I apologize for making it such a long video. I actually haven't forged that often here in Halo 4, so that might be why it's taking just a little bit longer than usual. So I'm sorry about that. And one cool idea that I'm thinking about doing with this series is just continuing to make this tutorial into a map, and then eventually you guys will kind of just see the outcome of the map. I think that'd be a cool little idea to do. So hopefully that's something that you guys enjoy, and then, you know, on top of that, I'd have another map that I have made, which I think would be kind of really cool. So yeah, and that's pretty much about it. If you have any questions about this, or you were confused about something or anything like that, just let me know. This is really all I did in my Halo Reach tutorial. Was kind of just did something very similar to this, and a lot of people really enjoyed it and said it really helped them out. So I'm hoping, just even if it's not like my commentary and me trying to explain things to you, I just hope that this helps you just by just watching me make the hill itself. I hope it'll help you a little bit, and if it does, just let me know. It'd be great to hear, you know, positive feedback for this video and everything. And I'll go ahead and race it again. Again, this isn't really a big hill, it's just kind of a small little hill. And again, it's also not the smoothest thing in the world, but it does work, and it just kind of gets the point across, showing you how to make a hill. You kind of see, just really simple, but it works, and it's, you know, not too rough. So I'm hoping this will help you guys out a little bit, and if it does, please be sure to like the video and share it. I'd really appreciate that, especially if it helped you out a lot. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more tutorial videos. I'll have other videos like bank turns, bank waves, bank spirals, stuff like that. So definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel, like and favorite this video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and please be sure to subscribe.